Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. I hope you guys are having an amazing day wherever you are. So I want to share something that I just read in a book with you guys. Oh my gosh. Do you ever just read something that changes your life, or have something that is a deep knowing within you, but you've not had the words to express it, and then somebody comes along and puts words to the meanings that you feel within your body and your soul? Oh my gosh, it just blows me away every time. And to be honest, it made me think this morning of, this is exactly why I love being in coaching containers, mentorships, learning from other deep spiritual souls, just being in student and teacher modes is life-changing. And when profound moments like that happen, it's just I love it. I really do. And I love sharing things that I learn with others. And so I was today years old when I just read someone put to words what the deeper spiritual meaning is to the movie The Wizard of Oz. And if you're like me, that was like a classic. It is a classic movie, loved by many, and I loved this movie as a child. And it was a movie that I understood on a deep level, like that gut knowing within, and then reading Oprah put into words the meaning of it. I'm going to share with you this page and a half. It moved me. I literally cried just now, and so I'm going to share that with you. I hope you enjoy. Oprah says she was one of the other strong-willed girls in one of the most beloved films of all time. That unlocked an early spiritual awakening for her was when she was 7 or 8 years old, when she figured out that The Wizard of Oz was more than a story about a bump on the head and a fantastical dream. The moment I realized that the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, and the Cowardly Lion were actually Dorothy's friends from Auntie Em's farm, something clicked deep within. I didn't have the words to express it at the time, but as I grew into my own path of awareness, I understood The Wizard of Oz to be one of the great spiritual teachings of all time. Dorothy was on what the great philosopher Joseph Campbell so famously called a hero's journey. The yellow brick road represented the path toward her true self. Along the way, she encountered the disempowered parts of herself, the Scarecrow's wish for a brain, the Tin Man's desire for a heart, and the Cowardly Lion's longing for courage. Like so many of us, Dorothy believed she needed something outside herself. How many of you guys resonate with that? I have been on my own healing path, hero's journey since April 2019, and seeked so much from things outside of me, and it is now, and I'm still learning that it is truly within, and it is an internal fulfillment within, in a deep spiritual level, that nothing and no one outside of you can give you. And it's a beautiful thing. And so in her case, the great and powerful Oz, okay, so like so many of us, Dorothy believed she needed something outside of her. In her case, the great and powerful Oz, to bestow the cherished virtues on her friends and bring her home. But in what I believe is the most powerful moment of the film, Glinda the Good Witch says the words that spiritual teachers have been trying to convey for thousands of years. You don't need to be helped any longer, Glinda tells Dorothy. You've always had the power. Dorothy's most trusted companion, the Scarecrow, asks Glinda, then why didn't you tell her before? And Glinda replies, because she wouldn't have believed me. She had to learn it for herself. You guys, I broke down just then when I read that part. That I've heard that. I've experienced that in my life, working with coaches and mentors, and I've literally had those exact words told to me, like, Stephanie, I could tell you all day, every day, But it is up to you. You know, you wouldn't have believed me because it was something that you had to learn, you had to experience and feel within. Like, someone can come along and tell you how beautiful you are and how smart and intelligent and powerful and empowered you are, but if you don't feel it, you're not going to believe it. And so that really touched me. And Oprah goes on to say, "This was probably the greatest aha moment in my life. No matter how far away from yourself you may have strayed, there is always a path back. You already know who you are and how to fulfill your destiny, and your ruby slippers are ready to carry you home." Just before Dorothy clicks her heels, she shares the universal lesson that applies to each and every person here on earth. "If I ever go looking for my heart's desire again, I won't look any further than my own backyard, because if it isn't there, I never really lost it to begin with." The final chapter of this book is meant to illustrate that you have the power to discover your purpose and live your greatest truth. It doesn't matter how many yellow brick roads you encounter, it has always been right there at home in your heart. Oprah. Literally, you guys, your home is in your heart, is within you, inside of you. That is home. It doesn't matter physically where you are, a home, a house. Like, home is within, and it never leaves you.